Hello. Hello. Yes, okay, so there we are. We're on Facebook. Presume we're on YouTube. Presume, yes, we're on Facebook. Good evening, Mary Ellen. Good evening, everybody. Happy Easter. I hope I hope you're not all spewing up. Steph Robinson. Right, so we're reaching Facebook and reaching YouTube, which means I can put the phone down. No need for the phone. I hope you're not all spewing up with the amount of chocolate you've shoveled in all day today. I'll tell you. Good evening from Switzerland, Dieter. Rax FX, good evening, sir. Anita Kiefel, good evening. Dave Mason, Robert Wilson. Okay, we're all aboard. We're all aboard. Okay. Still here. Still here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Hello from Romania. Good evening, Popescu. Nice to see you. Still here. Although, as yet, I have not had a chance for my guitar technician to make the necessary tweaks. He's got stuff going on with his family. He's got responsibility. He can't be... You can't. Ted Bear. Yeah, baby. Good evening, Ted Bear. So we haven't had the... So, you know, so it's still in a little bit of a... Happy Easter, Nick Branston. Good evening, Lithuania. Fabulous. I just love it, you know. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Are you subscribed? Have you liked? Robert Johnson, good evening. Covers Night, you like the Covers Night album? Has anybody out there not bought the Covers Night album? Because it's been very well received. Look at those two, clean living, responsible, no drinking, no smoking, listening to my album back in 1959. That's fabulous, isn't it? Okay, yes. Okay. Okay. Herbis, good evening. Stephen Coleman in Boston, Massachusetts. Hello from Trimden Orange. Trimden Orange? Yes, Trimden Grange, beg your pardon. Eyes are getting a bit old. Hello from South Sea. I hope everybody's not projectile vomiting the hot chocolate from all the eggs they've been eating. Bill Porter, good afternoon from Los Angeles. Periscope is still up. Good. Great. You're one of the few people who tune in on Periscope, Bill. But, you know. Okay, so just running through a few things. Paul at paulrose.co.uk. I can use the tremolo arm. It's getting better, Nick, all by itself. Let me just say, Paul at paulrose.co.uk. I run through these little bits of detail before I play, because, you know, it's like the doors open and everybody's coming into the gig and getting their seat and sitting down. So, well, I'll tell you what, I have certain things that I do with a Strat. I mean, I've been playing Strats since I can't remember. I've been playing Strats for ages, and had chocolate to making restrained, yeah, trying to be restrained. You'll enjoy it. Mark Robinson's enjoying the Covers album, right? That's great, Covers Night. So I do certain things to a Strat, and then there's certain things that you kind of need a technician to do. And so, but just by playing the guitar, it's improving, you know. Heiko Mehr, guten Abend. Auf Deutschland, im Deutschland, Stephen Hagen, Black Hole Colliery. Oh. Gotta be careful, you see. Yeah. So it's improving just by being played, which is what always happens with the guitar. But the B and the E string are still sticking between the nut here. So Happy Easter, Dirk. And hello there, Dirk. Nice to hear from you. Hopefully I'm going to see you all over there in the summer. Fingers crossed. For those of you who don't know about Strats, one way to find out if the string is sticking up here is when you bend a string, when you let the string go, it's sharp. Yeah, I'm bringing it in, Nick. It's sharp because it's stuck. So what you do is you detune it, and it goes 3 times as fast. So it sticks sharp. So then you detune it, and it jumps all the way back because it unsticks. All you got to do is get a file and open that up a little bit. That's all you got to do. But it's the kind of job that I like to leave to a guitar technician. Also, the truss rod needs a turn because the neck moves. You know, your gate moves through the winter and the summer. Your gate moves and you can't quite, or your back door sticks. It's the same thing. It's timber. And Leo Fender and his infinite genius installed a truss rod, which you just give it a quarter of a turn and it adjusts the tension and the neck comes back. So nut sauce, yes, yes, absolutely. Rax FX. I maybe need to get on the internet and buy some. But I love this guitar. I love it. And so, let us begin. What blues, not blues? What blues, not blues? I used to play in a pub in Newcastle. And I was a young whippersnapper. I was 16. And I wanted to impress everybody. Well, I don't know if I'll be changing the nut just yet, but certainly when I need to secure this guitar, I need to secure it before I invest too much money on it, because I'll lose it otherwise. Okay, been busy today. Look at all of this, you see. More will be revealed. Okay. What blues, not blues? I used to play in this pub in Newcastle, and I was a young whippersnapper, and I was always showing off and trying to impress people. Before I really had much idea about the value of music over technique, and so people used to say it's not blues. That's not blues. So I did this track. It's called What Blues, Not Blues. Tea and crisps here. Get in. Right, shut up and play your guitar. the way you go. That's how to start. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. Yes, that Strat sounds... have I still got the Strat I won in the Rory competition? That's not something I like to discuss in public. Yes and no. Yes and no. Somebody made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Deal. These are Dale Boyle. These are stock Fender pickups currently, but I am in discussion with the pickup manufacturer in the United States currently, and we will be making an announcement soon as to what might change here, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Okay. What's next? 10. Okay. Thank you. Marbella. Nice to hear from you in Marbella. Marseille, somebody texted there, sent a message from... Yeah, Sweetly Beastly. Yeah. Seymour Duncan's. We'll have to wait and see. 10. Okay. This is a one... It's a funny one, this. It's like a mellowy one, you know, but it requires a lot of distortion in order to get the right sound. Without the vocal mic picking up the plectrum on the string. You could listen to me play all day, Dale Bradley. Well, that can be arranged. Title track of the album, 10. It's called 10. seems to be holding up the tuning pretty well. Stuart Smith in Los Angeles. Hello there, nice to hear from you in Los Angeles. I hope to be in Los Angeles soon, actually. I want to go back to LA. I haven't been there for a few years. Contrick. Well, we might have to postpone. We might have to have a little intermission while I pull Contrick up, because it isn't in the playlist for tonight. All this time. Okay. I'm going to tell you a couple of stories this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Get in touch when I do, Stuart. Absolutely. I mean, you know, there's my friend Lance Lerman, who's up there in Santa Clarita. There's Seymour Duncan in Santa Barbara. There's open mics. I'd like to hit a few open mics over there, pull up a bass player and drummer from somewhere and go out and play some gigs. I wouldn't need to bring a guitar, because I think I'd be sure that Lance would lend me a guitar for a few days if I was in town. Well, you know where the old good... Well, all I need is a flight and a car and a few burgers. Yeah, great. Right. All this time. Okay, wrote this one years ago. And I might have talked about this one before. I can remember the chord. Yeah, hang on a second. Let's get that nasty distortion off. Yeah, so I wrote this as a solo guitar piece, and it was like this. That's how I wrote it, and it had ended up being a band number. It ended up being band. Okay, let's do it. Also on the 10 album, which is available from my Bandcamp page. Wade Johnson, good evening in Dallas, Fort Worth. Are you in Dallas or are you in Fort Worth? Or are you on the border between Dallas, Fort Worth? I thoroughly enjoyed my time in Dallas, Fort Worth, and I'm glad you enjoyed the gigs. I tell you, Mark, nice to see you again. It's a great guitar. It's a great guitar. And the tuning is behaving itself more and more. I think maybe there was dust in the nuts. He's got dusty nuts. That sounds like a Benny Hill thing, doesn't it? Benny Hill. Benny Hill. Did somebody say Benny Hill? Fort Worth closer, yeah. Yeah, the gig Mambos was in Fort Worth, wasn't it? And I went to somebody there called Akai APC40 from Germany. Hello, Akai APC40. And Arlington, in between Dallas and Fort Worth. Yeah, I had a great time. I'd love to get back. Donnie Pendleton's a great guy, and he's a very, very nice guitar player. And we had Pete Thompson from Robin Trower's band playing drums. The next time we played there, we had the name's gone again, you see. The name's gone. Dallas Fort Worth guitar player, great player, Strat player. And talking of which, yakety yak. Yeah, well, maybe that might be in the set a little bit later on. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Did I put him in the list? Did I put him in the list? Right, okay. I'm going to play the Benny Hill theme because I feel like it. Right. For all you cats out there who... Pete Thompson, Wade Johnson. For all you cats out there who want to dig on the old sound, it's about short reverbs and short delays. Do you hear that delay? That delay used to be quicker. Rolf, good evening. I think maybe a little. You hear that? Benny Hill, Teddington Lock. I lived down by Teddington Lock. I was out of control. Should we do it again? Go on, let's do it again. don't charge for mistakes, folks. Stuart Smith, well, thank you very much indeed. It's all a good laugh, isn't it? Well, okay, back on programme. Note to self, sensible music now, ladies and gentlemen. Although I have a feeling sensible music's going to go out of the window. Sir Benny of Hill. Sir Richard of Blackmore and Sir Benny of Hill. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, baby. very much a Strat number, that, don't you think? So you see, the guitar isn't quite match fit yet, unlike myself. Like, I'm match fit. It'd take me off after fucking 30 seconds. Thank you very much, Isabella Barella, Justo, Armin Rottwald, and David Mason. What have we got next? Number 6 will be a surprise. Guitar Ghosts. Okay, this was one that was going to be abandoned from the live stream, but I changed my mind. I decided to keep it. Yeah. So I remember an Easter weekend a few years ago. 26 years ago, an Easter weekend, I was out having a few drinks, and ended up having a little fist fight with a fellow, a bad sort. Had a bit of a fist fight in Richmond upon Thames. Ended up in the Richmond Hotel. Can't remember how I got there. Can't remember why I was there. Woke up in the morning, came downstairs, totally destroyed from everything that had gone on the day before. And I'm checking out of the hotel reception. And I'll never forget, this guy said, you have an unpaid bar bill of £58. And I said, well, I haven't got any money. And I'll never forget, he turned round to his receptionist and he went, call the police. I says, well, what are the police going to do, you know? And anyway, he let us go. And then I went up to a festival. I went up to a beer festival in Clapham Common. I think it was Clapham Common. Or was it? I think it was Clapham Common. I can't really remember. Drank more. Got into more trouble. That song's called Addiction, and it's based on those kinds of experiences, which I can laugh about now. But I certainly wasn't laughing then. Let's put it that way. Guitar Ghosts, right? Time to calm down. Calm down, lad. Okay. I'll check my tuning as the song begins. Strats. Thank you, Ian Morrison. Aberdeenshire guitar tutor, good evening. Yeah, we'll be alright. Okay. I've got a PayPal page, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to help keep the show on the road, it's always appreciated. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I'm here for music. I'm here for music. I'm not here for money. Focus. Okay. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, there is Andy Hall. Get out. You alright, son? Hadaway, lad. Hadaway. That's me mate over in New York, believe it or not. Andy Hall. You alright, lad? Yeah, PayPal, if you want to keep the show on the road, but I'm here for music. I'm here for music. I'm not here for handouts, but I do accept handouts. And the other thing I was going to say was, yes, the messages, there are many messages coming through, and I appreciate all of the positivity and all of the support and the good vibrations. I appreciate it all very much, and I try to keep an eye on all messages as they come through. I can't answer them all. And also, when I review the messages, there are messages on YouTube and Facebook that didn't show up on this message app here. I have a message app here that there's somebody on Twitch. Good evening. I'm doing all right. Don't try and sell us likes, because I'm not interested. I have a message app here, and it collects Twitch, and it collects YouTube, and it collects Facebook, and all of that, and I read them all afterwards, and it doesn't actually pick all of them up. I find more on YouTube and Facebook after the show. How's the new guitar funding coming along? It's not it's not but I have a stay of execution in which time I shall try my best to raise the money. I'm selling some little bits of studio stuff to help. This next one's the theme tune from a film called Get Carter, ladies and gentlemen, in which Michael Caine plays Jack Carter, the Newcastle-born criminal who moved to London as a young boy. And yes, thank you. Michael Caine plays Jack Carter, who's a Newcastle-born criminal who grew up in London, and his brother's murdered in Newcastle. So he comes up to Newcastle in 1969 to avenge his brother's killing, to find the person who killed his brother and kill him, and that's precisely what he does. But what he doesn't realise is that the man who murders him at the end of the film is actually on the train sitting opposite him coming up to Newcastle. How many of you knew that? I know it's not a complete secret. But Michael Caine is on the train going to Newcastle, and the murderer, the guy in the very first minutes of the film, the guy who murders him at the very end of the film is sitting next to him on the train going to Newcastle. So it's... So let's go. 7.
Now, take me back to London. Take me back to London.
I want you to drink all of that. Do you understand? Just like it was with my brother Frank. Go on, son. Drink up. Drink it! You ever go to Uncle when he was spewing it out? You can pass the bottle around when the car went over the top. Hey! Goodbye, Hank!
Aye. Yeah. You know, Michael Caine said in his book, Michael Caine's from... Yeah, baby. He said in his book, Michael Caine, he grew up in Elephant and Castle, which is kind of southeast London. Is it southeast London? Getting down to Kennington, not Kensington. Don't mistake Kennington with Kensington. Kennington's where Charlie Chaplin was born and grew up, and just along the road, Elephant and Castle, is where Michael Caine's from. Jim Davidson's also from Elephant and Castle. And he said that he thought he'd had it tough growing up in Elephant and Castle. And he said when he came up to Newcastle in 1969 to make that film, he couldn't believe that he was living in the same country as the kind of poverty that was going on in Newcastle, in Gateshead at the time. Things have changed. Things have changed a lot since then. Top end of the A3. Got to keep checking the tuning. What else have we got, ladies and gentlemen? Heavy funker. Do you want to hear a heavy funker? Hey, we've been doing an hour. I'm gonna do a heavy funker. This is Big Ted on the drums for those of you who are interested. Take me back to Newcastle. I used to hitchhike to Newcastle overnight, leaving London at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I remember I left London at 1 o'clock in the morning with a bottle of whiskey in my pocket and hitched all the way up the A1 to Newcastle. And I got into Newcastle at about 7 o'clock in the morning. I didn't feel well. I tell you what, I like a bit of Hendrix. I like a bit of Hendrix. That isn't a Hendrix number per se, but I do like a bit of Hendrix, let it be said. And just give us a second. There's one thing that Hendrix did that, you know, seems a lot of people didn't pick up on, that I think is pretty obvious when you see it, is that he used to switch his wah-wah pedal off and on. He just used to switch the wah-wah pedal off and on. And one of the things I love about Hendrix is the liveliness of his playing. Blackmore's the same, you know. Blackmore's got a similar thing where it's like, it's on the verge of being completely out of control, but it's actually very in control. But it sounds like it's on the edge of being out of control. So a lot of these shredders don't sound out of control to me. Hold on. Okay. Let us talk about Hendrix. If I'm going to play Hold On, I'm going to talk about Hendrix, right? So these shredders, you know, they don't sound like they're on the verge of being out of control. I remember when we were playing at the Pembury Tavern in Hackney, which is in the East End of London, and you don't want things to get too polished, damn bloody right. And you know, things were out of control in the Pembury Tavern, ladies and gentlemen. Things were out of control in the Pembury Tavern. Not just not just the music, not just the band, but the punters and the people who ran the bar were out of control. The punters were out of control. We were out of control. The alcoholism and the drug taking was out of control. And this should all go in a book, really. But, you know, Hendrix was on the verge of being out of control. And he wasn't out of control. He was absolutely in control. But he wasn't reciting what he practiced. He was pushing. Yeah. Wow. But I'll tell you what, you know, when Hendrix was playing, he would switch the wah on and switch it off very quickly. It's like he changed his mind, you know. I hear him do that a lot, you know, where he'd just kind of step on the wah and then he'd switch it on and switch it off. Like he went for it and then he changed his mind, you know. You know what I mean? But he used to switch the wah-wah pedal off and on, right? And I see a lot of Jimmy tribute artists who don't seem to have picked up on this. What they seem to do is they do it with the pedal, with the pickup switch. I've even seen Stevie Ray Vaughan do that live at the El Macambo, who does it with a pickup switch. But that's not how Jimmy did it. Jimmy did it by switching the wah-wah pedal off and on. You hear it in Voodoo Child, you know. Right. What did you ask for? Hold on. Okay. Would you like an interval? some of you may have recognised that that's the train going from... Where's the train going from, ladies and gentlemen? Does anybody want to have a go at telling me where that train is? First person to answer the question. First person to answer the question gets the next song dedicated to them. Where is that train going from and where is it going to? No, you know. I know that you know. Somebody out there knows. It's going to Montreux. And where is it coming from? Because you were the first person to get that right. Newcastle to London. Oh, I'm in a good mood tonight. Okay, hold on. Have I got hold on in here? Yes, I do. Okay. Especially for my Swiss friends. And I don't need all that nasty distortion for all that showing off tricks. New York to Miami. Well, that's the next trip I'm going to make. I've got to get out there. I've got to get out there and start living. I've been all over the world, son. Been all over the world. Okay. That's from... Right. Now you see you see how things all tie up together. That song, Hold On, was written about the desperate times that I spent in the Pembrey Tavern in East London. If you listen to the song, the actual song is on the album White Mountain Road, which you can buy from Facebook. You can buy it from Facebook. You can buy it from Bandcamp. You can buy it from me. Got it on vinyl. Cheeky what's it? That's me. And so I wrote that song about the desperation of the situation that I was in the Pembrey Tavern in Hackney in East London. And it's called Hold On. I wrote it after. I didn't write it. I didn't write it after. I didn't write it during, I wrote it after. Hold on. Things are going to change. Things will change. Things will get better. That's what the song's about. Hold on. Things will get better. And I wrote that about the time that I spent in the Pembrey Tavern. And there's a version on White Mountain Road which has Ted McKenna playing drums. But that version, Isabella, was recorded in Montreux, in Switzerland, in the basement of a big house there, owned by a man who I believe that you will know. Madness, but a whole lot of laughs. And I was getting up in the morning, diving in Lake Geneva every morning and swimming in the lake. Bloody marvellous. Yeah, I think that version of Hold On there might be the standalone tomorrow. I'll cut that one out of the show tonight. Meanwhile, I'm going to leave you all now, not with a heavy funga, Jesus Christ. I'm going to leave you now with the blues, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about emotion. Well, that's the story of music, you see. That's the story of music. If it's not about... Well, for me it is. For other people it's about other things. Things that I don't understand. But this next one's going to be a little minor blues. And then I'm going to say good night. Then I'm going to say good night. Oh, yeah. Then I'm going to say... Is the Pembrey Tavern Dalston Jazz? Is the Pembrey Tavern not a wine bar? Or it's a wine bar? It got taken over, didn't it? It got taken over. And it's like flat. I used to live upstairs. I used to live on the top floor. Tell you what, Davy Jazz, Dalston Jazz. If you... Next time you go past the Pembrey Tavern, the 3 arched windows above the front door, that was where I used to sleep behind there. After 24-hour drinking and drug sessions. But it's downstairs. Well, I mean, it's closed now, isn't it? But I mean, did it not get taken over and it became quite swanky and posh? If I'm not. It's a big corner pub. Good. Yes, it looked like it had changed. But when I was there, you know the side door, if you're coming, it's Hackney, is it Hackney Downs? And you come in and there's the station there. And there's the crossroads. And you're looking at the pub and there's a door on the left. There's the main door, but there was a door on the side. These guys used to ride their motorbikes into the bar and around the bar, and we would be playing. They'd be riding their motorbikes around the bar. Stinky exhaust, I'll say. But if you combine inhaling the motorcycle and if you combine the inhalation of the motorcycle exhaust fumes with everything else we've been inhaling, it didn't really make that much difference. Coherence. Number 9. Have you subscribed? Are you liked? Are you subscribed? I lived upstairs. It was 26 years ago. 27 years ago. I'm sober 26 years this month. I'll be sober 26 years in 2 weeks' time. And I was in there about 6 months or a year before I stopped drinking. For good. And, yes, full on. But it's all in the past now. It's all in the past. So, if you want to email me, if you want to speak to me directly, Don't come and start telling us about your politics. I don't want to know, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to ask about gear sounds, if you want lessons, drop me a line, send me a postcard, drop me a line. Omitting point of view. And you can buy everything from Bandcamp, or you can buy everything from me. But I still like a good laugh. I just don't destroy myself with alcohol. That's all. That's all. I still have a good old time, I tell you. There's many friends of mine out there will vouch for me. And we're going to finish with the blues. This is number 9. Here we go. That's the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen. That's the end of the show. So I'll be checking your messages later on and correcting your spelling and sending it back and pointing out what you went wrong. Tardy grammar, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be correcting your tardy grammar. Mr. Rose, I hope you don't think that you're going anywhere without sticking in and getting your O-levels and your GCEs. You're going nowhere, son. Thank you very much to everybody in Brazil, Switzerland, Germany, America, Canada. Right. And happy Easter, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in good spirits tonight. I'm in good spirits. Yes, I don't drink and I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Okay. That's everything, I think. I've got a PayPal page. You can help support me. A £5, a quid, 10 quid, 30 quid, 50 quid. I'm not bothered. Email me, paul@paulrose.co.uk. Thank you very much, Paul. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much. Ooh, look at that Strat. Look at that Strat, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, madam, look at that one. I'm going to have to go and try and find some Benny Hill on YouTube, I think. Let's have some Benny Hill on YouTube. Right, that's enough. Stupidity and crazy immature madness. I press this button, it all ends. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.